Hey guys, I'm Rae.
And I'm Jason.
And this is not what you think. We are very sick this week. It is the following week after Thanksgiving, and we loved seeing our family, but everyone in the family passed around this bug. So my sister's back home, she's sick. My mom's back home, she's sick. Everyone in the house got sick that week. Anyway, we figured, being in this crappy state of mind, that we figured it was time to share some of the other crappy things that have happened to us. Because if you have watched us for a while, you know that while we love taking you on adventures and showing you this beautiful country and all the fun things out there to do, we also like to tell you yucky things that happen and unfortunate events and mistakes, so we can keep the reality of RV life pretty even. So we're going to dump every yucky, crappy thing that's happened in the last 2 weeks on you, because we haven't talked about it yet, and then we're gonna take you to Memphis while we're all drugged up on medicine. So it should be a good day. So let's talk about crappy thing number one.
The first crappy thing to happen to us was this one right here. Got a concussion, and it's not easy for dogs to get concussions, but she managed to give herself a little minor one.
Yep.
We were at a dog park playing with a ball, and Crazy Carmen, or Carmichael, which is her evil,
Her alter ego.
yeah, came out, and she was sprinting, and they had like these agility loops where the dogs can like zigzag between them there, but they're like metal poles in the ground, and she just got the ball and she turned around and just hit her head on it and then yelped, and
Saddest noise ever, by the way.
and then ran to us, and then her eye was kind of like not opening because I think she hit her head like right here, but it opened in like, I don't know, less than 30 seconds. And so we're like, all right, cool, she's looking better. We got back to the RV and we're like, all right, everything's fine. She was acting completely normal. And then the light hit her eyes, and one pupil was huge and the other was tiny. So we took her to a vet. They said, yeah, she has a minor concussion, just
Gave her a steroid shot.
Yep, and then sent us home. And they weren't a very good vet. I mean, I guess it's the only place that was open at that time. They were very busy, but like, I guess bedside manner was lacking, because like they didn't really tell us anything. Like, is she gonna be okay? Is she not? What should we look for signs? Do we need to come back if it's a worsening situation or anything? It was just like, oh, here's a steroid shot, get out of here. So that stuff does not help Rae. It was fine with me. I was like, oh, vet said she's fine, let's go. Rae was worried for still probably to this day.
Yeah.
Looking for signs.
She's fine though. It was just like another crappy thing that happened that week, you know?
So we're here at the Mississippi River. Actually, this is Tom Sawyer RV Resort.
Yes.
Just outside of Memphis. It's in West Memphis, so it's in Arkansas. But we wanted to be west of the Mississippi, so we're here, just barely. As you can tell, the huge river's right there, and you can hear all the loud noises of birds and shipping and all that stuff going on in the background. So.
Our RV is over there. Show them. I don't know.
Where is it? It's
I don't
over
know.
here somewhere. Parked over here. This is actually a pretty big campground. Like, all of these spots are riverfront, but they closed them. They just closed them for the winter the other day. But it's right on the river. When you look this place up on sorry. When you look this place up on Google Maps, it's actually flooded in the Google Maps view.
Yeah.
So that's how close it is to the river. They do say that they have like a 7 to 14 day notice of flooding, so they can let you know. Other than that, I think it's awesome. It's been one of my favorite parks so far. I just really like watching the boats, and then the Mississippi is huge. I'm just a big fan of water and rivers, so.
Yeah, river fan over here.
Yeah, you put me on this big river and I'm gonna be happy.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So yeah, Carmen's got her walk, and we're going to take her back to the RV and then we're going to get in the truck and we'll tell you about number 2 there.
All right, so crappy thing number dos was actually with the truck. We were having some hard starts with the truck and we kind of put it off, and we figured we needed to get it looked at, but you know, we do it in Nashville when we were with family and this and that. And then Jason changed out a couple of our filters, and what happened?
And then the truck wouldn't start.
We kind of figured out what happened was when he was changing some of the filters, he needed something in the truck, and then he left a door open, and that door was open with the interior lights on for, I don't know, 5 hours, maybe longer, and that just drained our batteries. So it was a task and a half to get the truck jumped so we could even go get more batteries, and we figured out later that that's what the hard starts were from anyway, because that's a sign of old batteries or failing batteries.
It was failing to hold voltage.
Okay, that. We actually had someone recognize us from our Wi-Fi name, and they came over to say hi, and they saw Jason struggling to jump the truck with our battery, our portable battery, and so he came over and he gave us a jump, and we were able to go down and buy some more batteries, but that was an unexpected $400 repair. I guess it's not even a repair, replacement. Anything else on that one?
No, except for when you replace your batteries in your diesel truck, you have to replace both of them.
Yes. So that's why it was $400. I actually didn't even know our truck had 2 batteries. So there's that also. All right, well, we're on our way to Memphis, and we'll go ahead and tell you number 3 there.
All right, we made it to Memphis, and it's pretty windy, which reminds me of our event number 3. So that was a phone call I received at 5 a.m. in the morning as I was trying to sleep in for an all-night shift I had. So why don't you tell us about what happened, Rae?
A couple weeks ago, Jason had to fly back to his home base for work, which was fine, but we have the storm radar app on his phone, so normally when we have bad weather heading our way, we get alerts on his phone. Year and a half, haven't had it on my phone, but I wake up at 5 a.m., Carmen wakes up at 5 a.m. to the loudest rain we've ever heard. No big deal, it's just rain. It scared us awake, and you know, I sat there, I told her it was okay, she lays back down, and then the RV just starts rocking and the wind is picking up. So then that scared me. So I get up and I open the curtain behind the bed above the headboard, and I look out. I see someone up on the hill. Her and her hubby are running out, and they get in their truck and they're driving away. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Why are they driving away? Like, should I be driving away? So then I see another car drive by, but then I notice that they both drive to the laundry room. So I'm like, what's going on? So I quickly download the storm app, and right where we are, I see tornado warning, which you don't want to see at 5 in the morning when you're completely disoriented. And I start looking out the windows to see if everybody's leaving, because I was just gonna literally take the dog, throw her in the car, and just follow these people and head over to the laundry room, because I didn't know what to do. So I called Jason at 5 a.m. and I had kept it together, but then right when he answered, I was like, hi, I'm a little scared. And he's like, why? What's going on? And I was like, there's a tornado warning. And I just immediately start freaking out. And he's like, what? Hold on. So I can hear him on his phone looking up what's going on. I think I said there's a tornado watch. So then when he looked it up, he's like, it's a warning. And there is a big difference between a tornado warning and a tornado watch. So tornado warning, it's like any chance it could happen. They're just like, hey, warning, could happen, like be alert. But a tornado watch is like, it's probably gonna happen. So get it together and like have a plan. Anyway, he talks me off the ledge as I'm still getting ready. I threw on some shoes, I threw on some jackets. I had Carmen's halter on her, like she was ready to go. I had the keys by the door, I had a flashlight, but it was still, and I kept peeking around, and there was only 2 people that ended up going to the laundry room, and right across from where we were was a restroom facility. So instead of driving down to the laundry room, I knew like if I needed to, I could run over to the restroom facility and like hunker down there. But that was an absolutely terrifying experience, and it really, like, for the next few days, like, I slept horribly. I was waking up in the middle of the night still. It just really, really scared me. So Jason and I had a talk when he came back of like emergency preparedness, and I'm all about it now. And just even like mentally having a plan. So that'll be a different video because this is something that I want to go to in length. You get used to your natural disasters and you know how to prepare for them in your hometown or your home state, but when you're on the road and you're not prepared for them and something like that happens and you have this panic moment of like, I don't know where to go, I don't know who can help me, and it was so much extra stress because Jason was gone. I really was like completely alone on this one. I mean, he was on the phone and he like helped me out. But anyway, all of those things happened in the same week. And it was just a super stressful week and not enjoyable. I mean, I think what really got us through was that we knew, okay, we're gonna see family for Thanksgiving, so that was really nice. We had both of our families come out to Nashville. We didn't vlog at all. I feel really bad about that, like not sharing Nashville with you and not sharing our family and those experiences, and we had full intentions to, but it just didn't happen. We just didn't pull out the camera. Anywho, we are now in Memphis, and we've dragged ourselves out of bed. We took showers to make ourselves look presentable for you, and we are not doing everything we wanted to do in Memphis because we were so sick this week. But what we do have planned for today is we are right down the road from Beale Street, so we're gonna show you Beale Street. Let's go to Beale Street, let's have lunch, and then the only other thing we have planned today is we bought tickets to Graceland. So we're not allowed to film in there, but we might try and sneak some pictures and stuff for you guys. Are you hungry?
Yeah, I'm starving. So let's see what we got there at Beale.
We're both pretty sweaty.
Yeah.
Alright, so we grabbed lunch in an Irish place that was actually pretty good. I got barbecue shrimp, thinking that it would be like the barbecue shrimp from New Orleans. But it was completely different, but it was still really, really yummy. And then Jason was boring and just had a burger. The service was pretty slow there, so we're like now running out. Well, we like rushed to the car, and now we're hurrying up to get to Graceland because we had tickets that we already pre-purchased. They told told you to get there 15 minutes early. And we're gonna get there 5 minutes early. Figured we'd do a check-in right now. Again, we can't record in there, but I will try and take some pictures for you Elvis fans out there. Oh yeah, and if you don't know what Graceland is, it's Elvis's home. So, that they've turned into a museum. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, let's go. We're back home. If you hear some weird noise in the background, it's Carmen eating out of her food bowl, so please ignore it. We finished Graceland. I found it really interesting. To be honest, you know, of course, we know who Elvis is and we listen to him, but there wasn't like this obsession or a huge like intrigue. But it was very interesting. His life was just, I don't even know the right words to describe it. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I find it interesting and strange.
Yeah.
So he had a very, you know, he's a musician, actor, but I mean, there's so many of those now that it's kind of strange to me. I was telling Rae, it's kind of like touring Justin Timberlake's house or something.
But him as an individual also, just he was constantly reading, he listened to all types of music. He just made it seem like he was constantly trying to educate himself as well, which was really cool. But then he obviously had a very, very flashy side and was very good at spending money and buying excessive things, and yeah, so it was interesting. I really liked it. It makes you think, like, was he really happy though with all that like fame and fortune and that obsession around him? Was he truly happy too? The only thing I didn't like about it was I do feel like they're trying to gouge you every turn you take.
So some tips. Parking was an extra $10 and is across the street from the actual mansion. So if you put in like Graceland on your GPS, it'll try taking you directly to the actual mansion. The other museums are also across the street, connected to the parking lot. Mm-hmm. And those are like an extra $20. I would say go see them if you're interested in seeing his cars or his jumpsuits with like the capes and all that, because that's all in the museums. The house, which is all we did, the house in the airplanes,
yeah,
was $45 each, which is kind of steep. The house was only the first floor.
Yeah, the upstairs was completely off limits. They said that's how he was in real life. Like, he never let guests or anyone upstairs. So that's how they decided to keep it in the museum as well.
And then the tour is given with these like iPads, like actual iPads, and they give you some headphones. And you follow it through, and the tour is given by John Stamos, which is apparently a huge fan.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, but I felt for $45 it was not really a whole lot to see. That extra $20 to see the actual stuff in the museum is probably more what I was thinking.
But if you're a huge Elvis fan, then it would probably be worth it. It was still really interesting and we had a really good time, and it's one of the main attractions in Memphis, so we're really glad we did it. But just a heads up that it is pricey. And it was supposed to take us 2 hours, they said, for that tour, the airplane and the mansion tour, and it took us 1 hour and 50 minutes. And that was from leaving our car, checking in, watching a 7-minute video on his life, taking a shuttle over to his house, doing the audio tour, taking a shuttle back to look at the airplanes, and then getting back in the car. So it's really not a full 2 hours.
Yeah, I think it was 1 complete hour when we finished the actual mansion, because I was like, oh wow, it was only 1 hour.
Yeah. Those are just a couple quick tips from us. We did see as we were leaving, there is an RV park there. So if you're like a huge fan and this is right up your alley, then you could stay literally like on the other side of the parking lot in your RV and just like walk to Graceland. And then circling back to Beale Street, because we didn't get to talk about that because we literally had to run to make our appointment at Graceland. I really liked Beale Street. We didn't really know that that was the cool hip thing to do until we got here and we looked it up. And granted, it was during the day, so there were still people out. There was actually a marathon in the morning, so there was a lot of runners like still drinking and eating after their run, which was kind of cool. Obviously at night is the place to be. There's a ton of bars, ton of restaurants. All of them look like they're set up to have musicians there, so at night I would imagine it to be such a cool place. And we like kind of debated going back after Graceland, but we are not in tip-top shape, so we passed on that.
Yeah, we totally got a mix of like Bourbon Street in Louisiana, New Orleans, and Nashville's like Broadway, where they have all their honky tonks. So it's like this live music, but also like you can drink and walk, and like had a little bit of a grungier vibe, not dirty, just kind of.
It didn't smell like Bourbon Street smells, if you've ever been there. It actually didn't smell at all, which was really nice. Yeah, so it was really cool. You can just walk along the street and drink, apparently. So that's we love any place where you can do that. Yeah.
So I think Memphis is definitely somewhere we will come back to, hopefully not sick. And maybe with a couple of friends. We'll go down to Beale and have some fun.
I guess we gotta get some of those. Alright, so to wrap it up, of course we got you guys a gift because that's just like an obsession of ours now, but we got you a blues harp. Get it? It's a harmonica.
It's what we would call a harmonica, but it says it's a blues harp, so...
Yes, and it is C-tuned, so...
Good old C.
Good old C. It's a good tune. And then we got a gold record magnet from Graceland, and it's Elvis's limited edition Love Me Tender. So if you are interested in this kind of stuff, then we want to hear your best Elvis stories. So did you go to one of his concerts? Did you do something stupid or silly while listening to one of his songs? Like, I don't know, just, you know,
you binge watch his movies.
Yeah. Just tell us some fun story about you and Elvis, and if you're a fan. And we'll just pick whatever story we find to be funniest or cool or whatever, and we'll let you know in the comments how you can get in touch with us so we can send you your prize. Alright, so we're signing off the way we came in. Cheers. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to join our getaway gang. We'll see you next time. Bye guys. Oh, don't. We gotta get it right this time. I can't take any more of these.
Oh, it wasn't recording.
We were already... Oh, this road is not enjoyable.
Like, you let me be in frame more? You must be sick.
You are the worst. He listened to all types of music. Like, he was always... You good? They made it seem. The regular ticket is $40. We paid the extra $5 to see the airplanes because we wanted to. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. the other lines.
Crying all the time.
Crying all the time. Oh my god.
Oh, careful.